A few weeks ago, Bigelow's Treehouse went into Tone Freq Studios in San Jose to record an original song called One Time. To prepare for overdubs, I loaded the stems into Studio One and made minor adjustments to our timing with the Audio Bend feature. Audio Bend is a fantastic tool that adjusts the playback speed of audio without changing the pitch. This allows us to make small timing adjustments when we hear the band drift off the click. Here are some clips from an editing session that I did to make small timing adjustments to the tracks that we recorded in the studio. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the tracks, and I am going to group all these tracks into a single group called All. So now, if I use Audio Bend to shift the drums, I will also adjust the timing on all the other tracks so that the band continues to stay in sync with itself. Cool, so everything but the drums is muted, so let's see what we get. Oh, there it is, okay. So here in measure 66, I'm seeing the snare just a little bit more ahead of the grid than in the next measure. So it makes it sound like the next measure is a little bit slow. So let's go ahead and turn Audio Bend on the snare. And let's nudge everybody. So we're going to create a bend marker here using Alt Insert. So we're going to nudge everybody back just a little bit. So I move the snare, but that also moves the entire drum kit and the rest of the band. So now let's go back a few measures and let's listen to it again. Still sounds like he's slowing down here. Maybe we can nudge this hit forward just a little bit. Okay, so let's move it forward just a hair and let's listen to it again. There we go. So now let's go ahead and remove that group because the drums are sounding pretty solid. So we are going to dissolve group All. And now I'm going to add the bass, and then I'm going to listen to what the bass and the drums sound like together. Let's see if the bass was a little bit behind there. Yep, the bass was a little bit behind there. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to fix the timing for the previous bass note. So I'm going to add a bend marker there with Alt Insert. And then I'm going to add a bend marker for the hit that I want to fix. And then the one after that. So the middle one I'm going to move, and then the outer ones are going to stay where they are. All right, so let's zoom in and let's move that note so that it aligns with the drums a little bit better. All right, and now let's listen to it again. Oh, okay, and that note was a little bit early. So let's fix that note. There we go. Okay. Now let's listen again. It's still a little bit late. Just a little bit. Okay, let's move it forward. Okay, try again. There it is. Let's move on to the keyboards. This is the humbling part of the process where I get to listen to my own playing. So this hit is on, and that one is on. And then the one that's off is the one that's supposed to be right on the downbeat. So it's going to be hard to find probably, right? Yeah, okay. So let's just put the bend marker there and nudge it back. And let's see if that worked. Sounds like it's just a little bit late. So let's add a bend marker at the beginning. And then we'll add a bend marker on the note that's late. And then the third note, let's move the middle note ahead just a little bit. Let's try that. There we go. I love how audio bend allows me to make small adjustments to a musician's timing while maintaining the human element. When using tools like these, one question that comes up is it cheating? I guess it kind of is, but you could argue that overdubs are also cheating, and we've done that for decades. To fix timing before audio bend, our only option was to listen to the playback in the studio and overdub parts where needed. Audio bend allows us to make timing adjustments in post-production so that we work more efficiently and save money on studio time. There are some side effects to be aware of. Audio bend adds more complexity for Studio One to process during playback. I've seen Studio One get confused and ignore bend markers, especially when I wiped out the cache directory. In addition, the bending algorithm requires CPU resources. For these reasons, I do my audio bend edits separately, export stems, and then create a new Studio One song with the exported stems for subsequent edits and overdubs. I hope that this video gave you some ideas about using audio bend to fix timing issues while still maintaining the human element in your recordings. I'll see you next time.